Hello everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihanascuisines. Today, the kids really felt like going out and having shawarma. But you know the situation right now, we can't go out, and actually we are cooking more at home. We're not eating outside at all. So I thought, let's do this. Let me make homemade shawarma platters for them, and that's what we did. So I've got chicken shawarma here, I've got saffron rice here, I've got pickled veggies, and I've got homemade hummus, everything together. Also, can't do without the sauce, homemade sauce. So if you want to learn how to do this, let's go ahead and discuss all the ingredients. But before we do that, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have subscribed, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't, I'd love for you to join my channel. And then you will see that there's a bell on the screen over there. Hit it so that you get a notification every time a new video is been uploaded. I am uploading a whole lot of videos. I'm uploading 2 videos every week. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so now we're gonna marinate some veggies. When we go to the restaurants, we get some marinated veggies, and so we have to have that. So what I have here is I have about 4 or 5 carrots that I have, cut in long strips like this. I have half an onion here, which is a sweet Vidalia onion. And then I also have half of an English cucumber that I made slices like this. And then I took some red cabbage, cut them up as fine as I could, and that's also gonna give it a really nice crunch plus color. So what we're going to do is we're gonna add half a cup of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 cup of water. We're going to let these vegetables marinate in this mixture for as long as you can, right? So it's gonna hang out on the counter while we now start preparing the chicken. So here I have 2 pounds of chicken breast. What I have done is I've cut them up in very thin strips, like so if the breast is this big, I cut it in half, and then I did some thin strips right here, so that we have good shawarma chicken. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on the side. Here I have about half a cup of yogurt. Now this is thick yogurt. To that I'm going to be adding about a good tablespoon of tahini sauce. All right, now if you don't have tahini, if you have sesame seeds, you can just soak them in water and then blend that after a while, and you'll have tahini sauce. So put that on the side. To this I'm going to add some salt to taste. We'll start off with half a teaspoon. We'll add if we need to later on. Now one thing also, when I made this at home, I used to add some fresh mint. I don't have fresh mint now. I just can't get a hold of it right now with the situation. So I'm just going to do half a teaspoon of dried mint. Now that's completely optional. If you can't find it, leave it out. A good tablespoon I have here of some chili garlic sauce, which is the sambal. I've got a tablespoon of lemon pepper, a teaspoon of black pepper, and a tablespoon of cumin powder. All that goes in there as well. And then I've got a tablespoon of fresh ginger and a tablespoon of fresh garlic. That goes in there as well. Okay, this is the base of our marinade. Now, you want to give this a taste test, because once you put the chicken in, you can't do the taste test. So you just want to make sure. Really, really good. Very good. All right, I don't need to add anything in there. Now I'll add all my chicken in here. We're gonna let this chicken marinate for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until we get our rice cooked. So for our rice, I have a pan sitting here. I want to show you that I have 2 cups of long grain basmati rice that Sumaya actually washed and soaked for me. Thank you, Sumaya. And we did that for about half an hour. So this was soaking for about half an hour. So for that, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2.5 cups of water. My stove right now is on high. To that, I'm going to be adding about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I use pink Himalayan salt. You can use any salt that you like. And then I'm also going to add about 1 tablespoon of olive oil into here. All right, now the next ingredient that I am also going to use is I've got some saffron. I've got a good amount here, about 1/4 teaspoon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crush this saffron. By crushing it, I'm also going to get the maximum amount of color. The water has started simmering a little bit. So at this time, I'll go ahead and add my saffron in here. I really want it to, I want the saffron to have all the color. I don't want to add any yellow color or any turmeric in here. This is saffron rice and I want it to be just that, just the saffron. Now I'll add the rice in here. Look at this, look at the color. This is just from the saffron. With the water boiling and the rice is gonna start boiling as well, you will see that we're gonna have an amazing color in this saffron rice. So you see that our water has almost started disappearing. So that's perfect. Lower our heat to low, and then I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna let it cook on low until our rice is completely cooked through. It's been about 7 minutes and I can already tell that the rice is completely cooked. You want to take a fork. You never want to take a spoon and put it into the rice. It's going to break. You just want to take your fork and you just want to give it a fluff, just like that. See that? So I'm really not scratching the bottom at all. I'm just moving it around a little bit, just like that. Now, let's say if you did it and you thought that your rice was still uncooked, I would add a little bit of water on top. Again, close it and let it cook for a little bit more. So at this point now, what I'm going to do is my rice is completely cooked. I'm just going to drizzle a little bit more olive oil on top. Just about 1 teaspoon of it. Just like that. I just like to do it this way. All right. So for our sauce, simple ingredients, I've got about 3/4 cup of thick yogurt. You could use Greek yogurt if you like. To that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of tahini. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of mayo. Now this mayo is made with avocado oil, so it's healthier than the other option, okay? Next, we're going to add our ginger and garlic in here. I have about 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger and garlic. I'm going to give this a good mix. Okay. Okay. Next we'll add our other ingredients in here. Just want to beat this really well. All right. In goes 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1 tablespoon of lemon pepper, and 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. Now that's completely up to you. I really like my sauce to be super flavorful, so I add that much in there. Next, we'll add the garlic sauce in here, the chili garlic sauce in there. Mix that. Now, I am going to zest 1 lemon in here. That's really going to wake this sauce up. When you zest it, just make sure you get the outside skin and not the white. Okay. This is completely optional. If you can't find any with the situation that's right now, don't worry about it. Just, I had some in the fridge and I love using it, so I'm using it. But you could just add some lemon juice in there, and the acidity in there will really balance out the flavors, okay? So I'm gonna keep Now what I'll do is I'll add some lemon juice in here. Now I'm just saving my lemon, the fresh lemon, for another recipe because I don't have lemons at home. This is the last one, so that's why I'm using the lemon juice, but mine's organic. All right, so next what we're gonna do is give this a good taste test. Make sure that it's the right consistency that you want, and our sauce is ready. Okay, I'm gonna turn my stove on medium-high. Got a pan sitting here. I'm gonna add very little olive oil, just enough so that the chicken doesn't stick, okay? See how that has started sizzling? So I'm gonna add some more chicken pieces in there. Okay, take a look at that. You can already see that the sides of the chicken have already started going white. That's exactly what you want to see. At this point now, I'm just going to move the chicken around. So you see here that our water is starting to disappear. The chicken looks really nice and white. I would say probably has about a minute to go for it to cook, because look, if I cut it, it cuts really nicely. It doesn't take long for it to cut at all. So my chicken is completely cooked. So now I'm just gonna cook it just where I can get a little bit of brown marks on it, just a little bit. So the heat right now is on the highest. You'll see here that we've got some brown marks going on. At this time, I'm gonna take it out, and then we're gonna redo this by adding some more olive oil and cooking the rest of the chicken. All right, so we're gonna start off with plating this. So what I'm gonna do is I have my hummus sitting right there. Next, I'm gonna add my chicken around the hummus. All right, next we're gonna do the rice. Oh, I'm telling you, as soon as I opened that lid, oh, the rice smells unbelievable. Right. And you know, the plating really depends on how you want to do it. It's really up to you. All right. And then the other side, I am going to add my veggies on there. And the veggies are really nicely pickled. Go. And then whenever we go out, when we order a platter, we always get pickles with it. So I gotta have some pickles on here. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to add our sauce. And for the sauce, I just put it in a squeeze bottle there. And I'm just going to squeeze it right, just like that. And we have our platter, which is ready. And I haven't done a taste test, so I'll just grab a fork and do a taste test. And I really wanna get a little bit of the rice and a little bit of the chicken. The sauce is phenomenal. It's delicious. And I really like onions. Crispy, they're a little sweet, a little tart, and I think we nailed this one. I really think we nailed this one. So if you make this, please remember, #Raihana's I'd love to see your creations. Comment, let me know what you guys think. I love interacting with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Hope you can join me here next time with another great video. Stay safe, everyone.